this video, we're going to be talking about the 4 to 5 things you need to consider when choosing the right market for your video agency. So if you are not subscribed just yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we bring out free content here on this channel to help you scale your videography business and video agency business. And in this video, I want to share with you the 4 to 5 things that I would consider when picking a market. Now, this is a very debatable topic when you hear people say niching down or choosing a market, and sometimes this stops a lot of videographers and video businesses from actually making a decision on who to work with. And over the years, even in my own production businesses, this is something that I've personally been stuck on for quite some time. So I want to share with you the 4 to 5 things that I would consider, and then also I'll give you some recommendations on some markets that I see some of our clients working with that are the ones that I would recommend. So the first thing is we need to think about, is there a problem in the market that we can solve with video? So people buy products and services because they want to usually acquire some sort of dream destination or a desired outcome or solve some sort of problem, right? It's how humans are designed. We want to solve problems or acquire some sort of pleasure in life, right? So the first thing we need to think about is the market we wanting to work with have a problem. And this is where I see a lot of people want to go into the different markets because of the creative space, but not because of actually solving a problem. So a really good example is the car, like automotive industry creating these really cool highlight videos. Now, don't get me wrong, you could probably get some clients in here, but there's not actually a need for consistent content from a business context. Unless you're a young videographer working with the automotive space, they're probably going to pay you like a shit rate. In most cases, they're not the best market because they don't have a pain that is known, right? Instead, if we talk about like a general business, like a service-based business that's in your local area, a lot of the time these businesses need more exposure, they need more brand awareness so they can get more customers, so they can pay their bills, pay their staff, and the pain's different from someone just wanting to show off their car. So the first thing is they need to have a pain. They need to have a problem that we can solve, and especially if you're looking to get more retainer clients or clients to stay with you longer, we need to be able to solve this problem long term. So an example, a brand story is a once-off video you do maybe once every couple of years. You want to look at the market if you want them on a retainer that has a problem that you can solve consistently. So that's the first thing. The second thing is they must have the purchasing power. Now, purchasing power is obviously having the finances to invest in video, right? So if you're looking at a market that is just a startup and they don't have the funds, or they're a non-for-profit and you're trying to squeeze every dollar out of them, these are really hard markets to get into. Not saying you can't work with them, just saying they're harder to get into. And what I would look at for picking the right market is pick a market that has the finances to invest, right? It's pretty simple. Your video services are worth every penny. You're probably undercharging yourself right now as you're filming this video. Trust me when I say this, if you don't get this right and you chat to broke people, you're just going to keep undercharging yourself. So pick a market that can afford it, right? Most service-based businesses in my area and in the areas that a lot of our clients work with, that's just one market, by the way, they can afford spending $3 to $5K per month on video, right? And there is lots of markets that can afford even more than that. It obviously depends on the pain and the problem that you're solving, right? So the second thing is to get really clear on setting your boundary around working with a market that obviously can afford your service. Now, the third one is growing industry. Now, a really good example is when COVID happened a couple of years ago, or whenever you're watching this video, it might be 10 years ago. When COVID happened, there is a very big shift in the market. And when I say shift in the market, there was a boom in e-commerce. And what that means is a lot of brick and mortar businesses went out of business. And I had some friends that I knew of who had brick and mortar businesses who had to shut their doors. However, they did transfer online, and it sucked. That period of time really sucked for some people. However, for some people, they really boomed. And this is where, when we look at picking a market, we want to pick a market for the long term that is in a growing industry. So if we think about the markets that are growing right now, the coaching consulting space, the market that I'm in, the construction space, is always going to be new homes getting built, real estate. We're looking at the tech companies, like these kind of startups that are coming through that are having like new apps and softwares. Not all of them are great, by the way, but there is lots of growth in these areas. And it's not that hard to point where the market's going. AI and all these new systems and online tools and accessibility to different things. There's new markets evolving that are growing. And this is when you pick a market, you want to pick a market that's growing, not dying. If you pick a news agency, I don't know when was the last time you got a newspaper. I personally haven't purchased a newspaper in years. Probably not a really good business to go and work with and do content for, right? Not saying they don't need video, it wouldn't be valuable to them, just probably not the best market because they're just not growing, right? Leading on to the fourth point. This is probably one of the ones you need to think about if you're looking to scale is, are they easy to target? And when I say easy to target is if you're looking to scale, you might want to expand out of your local area. And I have this conversation all the time with clients is, I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to expand my business. Pick a market that you can expand with. So easy to target. Is there people in, for example, I'm in Perth, in Melbourne, Sydney, or in Canada, these types of businesses? And if there is, it gives us huge opportunity that we can expand, that we can open up different branches in different states. And we have clients that we've worked with who have run their ads to different parts in Australia here and parts in America. And then they have videographers who film their content in that state for that type of client. And then they send the footage to them, right? And it's similar for me. A lot of the content that I create, I actually don't edit myself. My team edits it, and they're over in the Philippines, right? So there is huge opportunity if you choose a market that you can be remote with, because then you can have this opportunity where you can run ads or work with clients in multiple states and not just be location independent. I remember when I was running my video business, I used to have clients in different states that I would fly to, or they would send their edits to me. And it made it really cool because I was working with a market that I could expand with that was easy to target. Right? So that's the fourth thing. The fifth thing, and I think this is more of a bonus fifth thing. It's not like it's compulsory, but I would recommend this. If you want to have easy clients that you work with, that you can get really good case studies and interviews and testimonials from for your business so you can grow your business, I would work with businesses who have a high ticket service that they sell. I'm not saying you have to, or if you bring on one that's not this, you can't win, or it's not a great market. It's just my recommendation is to bring on a business that works in the high ticket space. And what I mean by high ticket, they sell a product that is a minimum of $500 and their lifetime value is more than that. When you sell them a video package, say it's a $5,000 or $10,000 brand story video, they get 1 or 2 customers back, or 3 or 4 customers back, and they get a ROI on their package. This also makes sales really easy when you can communicate to them, hey, we got you 1 or 2 clients and we just did this one video. They can see a direct ROI. In saying that, when it comes to e-commerce space, I have some clients who work in the e-commerce space and they sell obviously a low ticket product. There is a line that you can work with people who have a smaller ticket product that's maybe $30 to $50 to $100. In that case, you want to make sure that they have a lifetime value of a customer over $500, which means the customers that are coming to buy their products are usually on a subscription. They're buying 1 or 2, or they're getting a refill. So maybe it's a makeup product they get a refill of. The reason why I'm saying this and why I'm wanting to think about this is we want to be able to have it easy for you to have a conversation with the client about return on investment. And also so they can have an easy conversation with you going, I totally make it. These are video assets. These are going to sit on my website. They're going to sit on my socials, and these help me make money. And I can visually see how much clients I need to get back, right? Really simple way to sell. I remember I learned this very early in my journey. It's actually a question I would ask, and if I was you, I'd ask in the sales process, hey, what's the average order value for your customer? And if they say, hey, it's $500 per thing, it's really easy to do the math. If you have a $5,000 thing, you just need to get 10 sales and you've covered the video. And the cool thing is your video is going to sit on their website or their social media page for years to come, or their YouTube channel, and it's going to make them more than just that 5 sales. So those are the 5 things. Now I want to share with you a couple of examples of markets that myself and clients work in. Make sure you take those 5 things. Those are really important to write down. The markets I'd recommend that actually tick a lot of these things off: construction, building space. A lot of our clients work in the construction building space as a market. It's really easy to get into. There is builders in pretty much every country, state that you can think of. And the cool thing is these guys don't know how to run their social media accounts. They don't know how to create content. They just pick up their iPhone and take some photos, and yeah, it looks horrible. So what you can do is you can step in and be that person who creates the content for them. And what I would recommend also, part of your services, is bolt on some sort of social posting for them, right? So construction, building space, a really good market. The coaching, consultant space. So I'm a coach, I'm a consultant. It's a really good space. Creating videos like this, I'm very lucky that I know how to create videos like this because I used to run a video production company. So I have all the gear, I know how to do it, I know how to film it, I have a team that edits it. However, majority of the coaching space do not have the accessibility to tools and resources like this, and they need professional quality content for their brand, and they need it consistent. They're actually a really simple market to work with. And the cool thing is most coaches, consultants sell a coaching package that ranges from 2 to 20 to 50K plus for their services. So 1 or 2 sales from the videos that you create can be really simple to get them results. And the cool thing is their pain is consistent. They need to constantly be updating their content, creating short form content, long form content, VSLs, video ads, all that kind of stuff. So really good market to work with. That's actually a market that I worked with for about 4 to 5 years in my own production business, which was really fun to work with. I really enjoy that market. Some people don't like it. I do, because you actually just sit down and just do interview content. You create awesome content, right? It's a lot of fun. Some of the other spaces are the professional services. So we've got accounting firms, law firms, we've got dental practices. There's a whole list of these types of businesses. These markets can be really good because they do need to convey their message online. They need to do obviously some content to answer their clients' questions, brand stories, and also their high ticket thing they sell. Usually their services they get clients. For example, an accounting firm, you might think they're not a high ticket, but I've been with my accountant for 6 years when I first started with them, and I'm not going to leave. So the lifetime value of a customer is the other thing that I want you to think about with these services. That's the 5th thing. That's the 5th point, right? So any of these professional services can really tick that box. The last one I really look at is real estate as a whole. Real estate market is a booming market in most countries. One thing I want to share about, there's 2 ways to look at real estate. There's creating the house videos, which I don't actually think is a viable high ticket thing that I would specialize in. It's the branding and it's the content of the agent that I would actually direct you if you're watching this video. If you think about working with real estate agents, is work on more of their personal branding, because you earn a lot more money and you help them actually get better results if you do that, instead of trying to just create all their house videos, because they're between $500 to $1,000 for a video, or $500 to $1,000 per video. Personally, I don't like real estate agents, so I wouldn't recommend them. But in terms of their personal branding, it's a very good market that you can work with. They all need to post content. They need to position themselves as an expert, and video is a solution to that, and it's something that they need. So it can be a really good market if you like real estate agents, and I know multiple of our clients work with them and get some really good results, right? So they're just a few of the markets that myself and clients work with. Obviously, you can take what you like from this and go and work with whichever market you like. But I would consider these 5 things when you are picking a market. If you're stuck and you're like, I don't know which one's the best one, a really safe bet when you're getting started is just to work with business owners as general. You'll attract a lot of businesses and you'll find pretty quickly which markets you do and you don't want to work with. This is where a lot of my clients come to me and they're like, I don't know which market to pick. I've got all these options. I understand they're all good and I just don't know which one. I've never worked with any of these. My suggestion would be is just work with business owners to start with. And those categories that are shared with you will all come through, and you can work with any of them. And then you can pick and niche down once you've decided which one. So hopefully you found this video helpful. This is just a bit of an insight on the 4 to 5 things I would consider when choosing a market. And hey, if you found this video helpful, what I'd love you to do is 2 things. Number 1, give this a thumbs up. And number 2, if you're not subscribed. And number 3, I'd love you to drop a comment down below and let me know what your biggest takeaway was from this video, as we bring out fresh content like this pretty much every week to help you scale your video agency. And hey, if you haven't joined our free Facebook group, there should be a link just down below in this video somewhere where you can join our free community for video agency owners who are looking to scale their business. Anyway, that's it for this video. Can't wait to see you in the next one.